Hello, welcome to today's 10-minute Yoga for Athletes Focus Flow, Breathe and Balance. We have 10 postures that we're going to move through, 55 seconds in each, 5 seconds to safely transition into the next posture. And the entire practice focuses on breath and balance. And I'd also like for you to consider the very difficult practice of being human. We'll come back to that in our flow today. The only equipment you're going to want is a mat, and if you enjoy playing music during any yoga class, go ahead and get your music started. Meet me back here and we'll get this thing going. All right, we're gonna start in Tadasana, which is mountain pose. So feet either big toes to touch or hip width distance apart. Go ahead and bring your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your belly, and we're gonna take this first minute to breathe. Nice deep inhale through the nose, filling up the entire body with breath. And an open mouth exhale, making a sound as you empty out completely. On your next inhale, notice how your belly expands, that right hand lifts, and the crown of your head reaches towards the ceiling. And with your exhale, notice how not only does your body empty of air, your shoulders relax down and back into their sockets, and maybe your feet melt a little bit more deeply into the mat. Inhale, try to bring in even more breath. And be even more slow and controlled with the exhale. On an inhale, blink your eyes open, circle sweep the arms up overhead, maybe the palms touch. And exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips, chest lengthens forward, buns back, fingertips to the mat. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Pull your shoulder blades back and down as your gaze is out over your toes. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, slowly rise back up. Circle sweep the arms up overhead, tall mountain. And let's repeat. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the hips. Belly melts towards the thighs as the fingertips come towards the mat. Crown of the head is heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and active through the core and the upper body. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, we're going to come into a chair pose. So imagine that you're sitting back into a chair. So the weight is a little bit more distributed towards the back of the foot. You can even lift your toes and wiggle them around. And imagine that you had a band around your, just above your knees, so that you're keeping those knees tracked in line with your toes and they're not caving in and they're not splaying out. Slight tuck under in the tailbone, and then doing your best to stay connected to that slow, steady breath that we've created even in this time of challenge. And speaking of challenge, noticing what the internal dialogue is saying. Are we practicing kindness? It starts with ourselves. Are you saying, scram, get out of this, what are we doing, this is ridiculous? If you are, take a deep inhale and remind yourself, you've got this. Go ahead and come back up to stand. Oh, feels so good. Circle sweep those arms back up overhead into that tall mountain. And exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Coming back into this modified sun salutation. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And this time as we come up to stand, you're going to bring that right knee up into your chest, balancing on the left leg, maybe bringing the fingertips overhead. Exhale, right foot returns to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, and inhale, slowly roll up, tuck your tailbone under, balancing on the left leg. And this is where the human practice comes in. It's okay not to be perfect. It is okay to sway from side to side. It's okay to hold on to something. Go ahead and come into tree pose, bringing the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left leg, either up at the inner thigh or down on the calf. We never want to press out against the knee. And being truthful with ourselves. Is our truth that we're balancing, we're maintaining our breath? Or is our ego telling us to do that when really we should be holding on to something, or maybe the leg should be down here? In Sanskrit, this is called satya, your truth. And a lot of times we don't tap into our truth, when in reality it's tapping into that truth that helps us to progress to the next level without force, without injury, without whatever it is, and returning back to being very human. Okay, we're going to come back into our chair pose. So feet hip-width distance apart. Sit into that chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Lift your chest towards your thumbs and twist from your thoracic spine, bringing that right elbow to the outside of the left knee and gazing back over the left shoulder or out towards the left. Steadying your breath. Nice, deep, slow inhale. Nice, deep, powerful exhale with control. And if you notice that the breath isn't flowing steadily and with control, I'm going to ask you to back out of this. You can lift up. You can come back through center. Keep your hands at heart center. Where exactly do you need to be in this moment? All right, go ahead and come back up. Circle, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, hinge at the hips, lengthen your chest forward. Fingertips to the mat, belly towards thighs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time balancing on the right leg. Come up into that one-legged mountain pose. That's what this is called. Maybe your hands are on a chair. Maybe they're on a wall. It's all good wherever you are. Foot returns to the mat on an inhale breath. Circle, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. So this pose here, forward fold, is so good for decompressing our spine. It's an inversion where we bring our head below our heart. And then go ahead and root down to come up. And we're going to find that balance, pressing through the right foot, hugging the right glute. And now we're going to stay in this balancing pose. We're going to bring the sole of that left foot to the inner right thigh. Tailbone draws down. Steady in the breath, lengthening, lifting everything up away from the mat, creating space not only in our body, but in our mind. And in these postures where we have that reaction of, oh, I'm not good at this. Why am I doing this? Why am I trying that? Stop, recognize that it's there. It happens to all of us. And then take a breath. Or take 2 rounds of breath, meaning nice, slow, steady inhale, nice, slow, steady exhale, and see what happens. And as you redo, inhaling, reminding yourself, I've got this, I'm where I'm supposed to be. And then exhaling, reminding yourself to relax. Just give it a try. All right, coming back into that chair pose. Sitting lower if you can. And finding that balance in the breath and in the postures. The balance being maintaining the breath, challenging ourselves, but not challenging ourselves more than where we need to be. Finding that perfect fit, that sweet spot of I can do this, I've got this, I've got control of this, and exploring the posture. And now we're going to twist over towards the right. And knowing that if any time you're feeling unsafe in terms of something is painful, you can back out of it, right? There are lots of options. So in this chair pose, you can come up to stand a little bit more. And then now we're going to end in Ragdoll, which is a nice, deep, juicy forward fold. So bring your feet a little bit wider, circle sweep those palms up to create a whole lot of length. And exhale, bend your knees, lengthen forward, hinging at your hips. So we're not just like reaching our fingertips down to the mat, we're melting our belly towards our thighs, and then cross opposite pinky to the crook of the opposite elbow. Let the crown of your head hang heavy towards the mat. Let this decompress your spine. It's an amazing stretch for our low back, for our hamstrings, and you can sway side to side. Nod your head yes, shake your head no, nod yes, always end on a yes, and sway side to side. And friends, bring your fingertips down to the mat, trace up your shins as you tuck your tail and slowly roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Bring your palms back to heart center. Maybe take a little bow of your head down towards your palms. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat, for practicing being human. If these balancing postures are difficult for you, I know they're the last thing that we want to do when they're hard, but you know what? The more we practice them, the more comfortable we become with them, and the more comfortable we become with ourselves. I will see you back here soon, friends. Until then, please take good care. Thank you.